We're doing it. There's
All
so many
right.
people. There's so many people here. I'm nervous.
That's awesome.
All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Drawing Hive. You can see the big sign that says Visual Arts Passage. We're the ones that bring Drawing Hive to you. If you don't know who we are, check us out. We're an online mentorship program that helps people develop careers as painters and illustrators. And we are very, very good at it. So check us out when you get a chance. All right. Tonight, we got a great topic. This was Timmy's idea. I give him a lot of credit for this. This was his ideas. I found the
It's so
photo,
fun. I love
but
it.
we're drawing punk tonight. And so you can see the episode. For those of you who haven't been here before, 263 times we've done this on Thursday night.
Not drawn punk, but
No, no, it would be like three.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's our topic tonight. We do 3 poses every night. We draw 2 20-minute poses and then one 40-minute pose. Here's our first reference. Here's our second reference. Here's our third reference. And here's our fourth. And we love for you to draw along with us. At the end of the night, we post our work. Timmy will give you a link. I'm ready to draw. I'm ready to get going here. So I've already started actually. So
Yeah, so each pose is going to be 20 minutes. Well, it's 20, 20, 45. I will be here. My only job is to just remind you to move on to the next one. You'll notice that John and Cassandra, our panelists, our hosts, they're going to draw what they want. They're on episode 263, so they might just
Like
focus on one.
I
They get
found drawings from
yeah.
5 years ago from Drawing Hive, and I was like, oh my gosh, 5
Yeah.
years.
But we do encourage people drawing with us that are here to practice, get better, try to do as many images as you're comfortable with or that you want to do. Um, Please post your work so we can check it out. We show all the artwork that we can find on Instagram on the episode. So post it to Instagram. Use hashtag DrawingHive263, hashtag DrawingHive, and add Visual Arts Passage. It's my favorite part of the show. We get to see so many different interpretations of uh, of all these images. So for those of you who are looking for the reference, I just posted it in the chat. I'm sure people are going to show up late if they ask. You'd be doing me a huge favor if you repost my link. And then if you want, please join our Discord server. It's a really fun place for the community. It's Drawing Hive every day of the week there. We have a ton of people here tonight, so I'm gonna hold off opening the chat. Um, well, maybe I'll open it just real quick. Cassandra, is this a mistake? I'm gonna open it real quick, and everybody tell me.
We're gonna find out,
We're gonna find
We're gonna
out if it's
trust
chaos,
people.
if
They're
there may
here
be
for
perhaps
fun.
if there may be perhaps bad actors. If you are a bad actor, please think really hard before you act bad. Um, Tell us where you're tuning in from and what materials you're drawing with tonight. It's open. Chat
we
is
know
All right.
open. I want to see
Cassandra's a
this.
bad actor, so I'm
Yeah,
worried.
You should
yeah.
be.
Nice. Canada, Wichita, Kansas,
Oh,
Dublin,
this is awesome.
California. Um, oh man, I saw a crazy one in there. Well, Miami, that's not the crazy one, but Lisbon. Oh, nice. Lisbon, that's cool. Chile, Chicago, Myrtle Beach, Connecticut, Fort Lauderdale, Detroit, Massachusetts, Tampa,
Oh,
Ottawa,
this
New
is
York
awesome,
City,
everybody.
Virginia. Whoa, this is crazy. I
I
can't
love
keep
that
up
you're
with
all
it.
here.
Yeah, this is great. Awesome. Whoa, everywhere. I'm trying to keep an eye on like who's from the furthest away.
Sydney,
Someone in there.
Australia does
Yeah.
pretty good on that.
Well, I mean, that's so much fun. Thanks, everybody. What are you guys working with tonight, material wise? John, you want to start?
Yeah, I'm starting with new pastel here, and I tried to get this drawn up pretty quick so I could go to paint real fast. So I'm gonna work on this for about 10 or 15 more minutes, and then I'm gonna introduce some wax and oil paint to it.
Nice. Cassandra, is this a don't give them a free ride tonight. This is the night. Are you working with
Well,
Gravy?
yeah, they sent me, so I had their 24 and they just sent me their 48 pack. And
Oh,
it
cool.
has a bunch of gray markers. It was like you guys knew I wanted to play with gradients, so I got really excited.
Awesome. Sweet.
Yeah.
So John, what do you know? Were these just images you just grabbed, just like Google image, just like punk rocker? Were you searching like
Yeah,
1980?
yeah. The only way I could find, because I kept running into like
Yeah, like
well-known
like
photographers that shot punk rock and famous people.
yeah. And I said,
But
don't do famous people.
so I was trying. I Googled street punk rock and fashion, and,
Okay, cool.
fashion was actually the best.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. I didn't even think about that. That's good. That's a
That's
good
so cool.
search.
So
Yeah, I'm really excited about Darren Aronofsky's next movie with an actor I'm not like crazy about. I don't have anything against him, Austin Butler, but it's called Caught Stealing, and
Hmm.
it's one of those movies where it like I think it's set in like today, but the aesthetic of like the way they're pitching it feels like kind of like 1980s, 90s New York, and I'm really excited for it. It's like got like a very like punk aesthetic to it. And so I was like, okay, let's do punk New York 1980s. So it's a fun one. And it's kind of nice to not do like a movie or a show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked this theme. I thought it was neat and it's really cool pictures.
And then the other thing is, and there, I think that the reason I was like so receptive to the Aronofsky trailer was I've been binging Joe Strummer lately. And I was excited. Gary Amaro says it's Joe Strummer's birthday today. So
Oh,
there we go.
awesome.
There we go.
Meant to be.
Gary would know that.
Oh, cool. There's enough people here. Somebody said my son worked on that film. That's awesome. Nice.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's great. All right. I just want to remind everybody, the chat is extra busy tonight. And thank you so much for people who are sharing the links for me because man, I could not keep up with it. Um, definitely use the Q&A for questions tonight. If you do have questions, throw them out here. Cassandra and John both John has a ton of experience as a editorial and publishing illustrator, but now is really active in the gallery world. And then same with Cassandra. So hit us with question. Hit us with questions.
Keeps us talking about interesting things too.
Yeah, and opposed to like movies and you know, and I'll bring up Spider League eventually, Cassandra.
Oh my gosh, I did get excited about that.
Yeah.
I thought it was, it
Spider
made me
League's
want to start to research what I would have posted.
I a buddy of mine, and he was like, "You want to do Spider League?" And I was like, "What's Spider League?" And they explained it to me, and I thought, surely this is an established thing. There's a Tim Robinson joke called Spider League, but this is not that. It's a league in August where you take photos of spiders, and then it's kind of like Pokemon. You have your spiders battle each other. You don't actually have them battle, but you do kind of a Dungeons and Dragons style battle, and it's a blast. And so we have this like text chain, me and my friends, that's just filled with some of the nastiest looking spiders.
Some
um,
good ones out there. And then there's some that look super threatening and they're not at all, you know?
yep, exactly. Uh, and one of my friends, he's a structural engineer, so he's in attics all the time, so he's cleaning up. He's already got a brown recluse in the ring,
That's such an obvious. Yeah.
but
I could get you one of those every day, Timmy.
really,
Yeah.
it's a sought after one. But you know what's surprising about Spider League is the the current like the Charizard of Spider League in Kansas City is a wolf spider.
Really?
Yeah, and it's because of our ranking system. It's the ranking system, it's a combination of venom, aggression, speed.
So do you have to actually take a physical picture of the spider or
Yeah,
can it
you
be?
have to, yeah, you can't just like go to Google. Yeah, you gotta find one.
Okay, okay.
That's what makes it fun and not just like an internet game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that it's more
Like
actual.
spotting a celebrity.
It's like spotting a celebrity.
You gotta actually take a picture of one.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta get the picture. And so the wolf spider is it's that is a
That's the one I see all the time.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a C class. That's a what do you call it? That's an S class spider right there. Um but yeah, so I'm on the hunt for a wolf spider because I think that's the only thing that's gonna beat out a brown recluse. Because it's not just like venom,
Mm-hmm.
right? Venom is not the only variable. And then the other thing that makes it kind of fun, it's still a game of chance a little bit because it's like Dungeons and Dragons. So like a daddy long leg could win. But yeah, so anyways, see that's what could happen if you guys don't ask drawing questions.
And then you can learn a lot on Drawing Hive. Like my
Yeah.
misnomer about daddy longlegs being venomous.
Yeah, you can yeah, John.
I got
You
called
said
out
Oh,
like a
daddy
week
long
ago,
legs are the
a couple
most
of weeks
poisonous
ago.
spider in the world. Immediately corrected as just like, no, that's not true.
That's a misnomer. That's it.
Yeah.
okay. Somebody asked a good question. Uh, John, what artists inspire you?
What artists inspire me?
Mm-hmm.
I got a whole bunch of them. But originally, the people I looked at were like post-impressionist painters. I loved looking at Degas, Toulouse-Lautrec, um, Pierre Bonnard, Edgar Villard. Uh, and as I progressed, then of course I looked at people that had just great facilitation, like John Singer Sargent, and probably the person that's influenced me most drawing is Nikolai Fechin.
Mm.
And of course, the artist that influenced me most was my father. And my father was like a great American illustrator. He's been written up in all the history books as kind of a, well, he's not living anymore, but kind of a legend.
He definitely is a legend.
Here's a quick one. Someone said, "How often do you have these Zoom drawing sessions, and what encourages you to do them?" Every Thursday, and I don't know. No,
Uh,
it's fun. I'm kidding. It's
Timmy
fun.
makes me.
We
That's
love
right.
it.
Yeah,
What'd you say,
I
John?
I said
Nobody
Timmy
makes
makes
me,
me.
and I just keep showing up because I think it's fun.
Did you say Timmy makes me, John?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, but you
No,
know
it's
what?
just
I'll
fun.
tell,
It's
I'll tell
fun.
everybody in this room. So 200 and Cassandra and I did another one together where it was on a Tuesday afternoon, and we did that for a couple of years. So in like the past 5 years, I've done thousands of drawings of things that I wouldn't have normally drawn. In experimentations, I've drawn in here, I've painted in here, I've done all, tonight I'm going to be playing with different materials here in a few minutes. And I call it my like gym. It's like come in here and I do push-ups and sit-ups, I practice drawing, and then I try stuff. It's a playground, sandbox, whatever you want to call it.
Nice.
And I can honestly say I'm better for it.
I am too. I keep meaning I have very organized friends that they decided they didn't like how unorganized my studio was. So last weekend they came out and they were like, we're going to take everything out and we're going to put everything back in a way that makes sense. And so so I had all of these Drawing Hive like paintings, and I'm gonna make a stack and see how high I can make the stack because it's insane the amount of just cardboard paintings I have.
Well, that's a good, explain what you're working on because that will make more sense now.
Before we cut into that, those of you who are listening that didn't know, John, John, I told John, I go, I think there's gonna be a lot of people here tonight. Be sure to like fully explain anything that comes up. You didn't say your dad's name.
Oh, okay.
It's Mark English. Anybody who's wondering, you should check it out. It's some amazing work and a very important illustrator in the history of the craft. Uh,
Illustrator and painter.
yeah, illustrator and painter, full transition. Um, here's a well, here's a good question. They described it as a weird question, but I don't think it is. Uh, what advice do you have for illustrators who want to start a career but don't yet have good finishing technique or lack technical skill?
I got a lot of advice about that. Um, Remember this, illustrating is about visual problem solving. And it's two things come together, idea and picture, visual solution. And so you need enough skill and craft to get your idea across. But you need a great idea. And so those are the two lifts you have to understand, have a mechanism for chasing ideas and developing good ideas, researching, ideation, and then you have to have enough craft to get the idea across. And I always tell people that it's like most people think it's all craft at the beginning, but really, if you have a really high level of craft and a bad idea, it's going to fail. If you have a little bit of craft and a great idea, you can still succeed. So uh, you're doing it right now. You're doing the thing that's probably the most important skill as an illustrator, and just skill based, is draw. Um, I can't think of anything better to do. Draw and then focus on developing compositional skills.
I mean, one thing that I would add as a person on the outside looking in, that's just I'm not an illustrator, but I've had the I'm grateful to have like worked with and met a lot of very successful illustrators over the years, thanks to Visual Arts Passage and all the guest speakers we have come through our program and all the amazing teachers we have at the school. And so everyone who teaches with us or comes through and talks to our students, they've all had tremendous careers. And so when that when you meet enough of those people, you start to see, even though everyone's so different, you start to see like common threads, and they become really like glaringly obvious. And one of the things I would say that I notice immediately is the communities. They've almost always, the artists that we meet who are really successful or not even really successful, but just have careers. Like, I mean, like being middle class as an artist is a great goal. Like being able to provide for your family, or being able to like, if you can wake up every day and do what you want to do, that's incredible. Very few people in the world get to do that. Like that's really special. And the thing that I've always noticed is community. They have they have a group of people surrounding them who are as passionate as they are, if not more, and who push them, who they can relate to during struggle, and they can like enjoy success with as well. The cool thing I think about illustrators and painters is that they're like really welcoming to, like, it's not all, I come from a background of commercial photography. It's a really competitive world. It's not really friendly. Like you never got to enjoy your successes with other photographers. There was always kind of a I don't know, like a gritting of teeth when you had like a great thing happen in your career by your peers. And so that's one of the things that, like is the foundation of, for those of you who don't know, like Visual Arts Passage, we're an online art school, and all of our classes, they're focused on community, meaning like it's real relationships. They're live classes. It's not like this that's happening right now, but entirely like meeting artists that are as excited as you are and as passionate as you are and pushing you. Like it's so hard to do it in a vacuum, don't you think, John?
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the reasons I actually started developing art education, is because I was around a lot of very successful artists because of my father. And I always like looked at how other people, I got started really young and, figured out how to make a living making art. And I always wondered how other people did it without all that information. And it's very, very difficult. I have always had kind of a little bit of a different point of view in what art education should be. Because I think most people that study art, they want to make art for their career, for their livelihood. And there's just a lot of things you have to address. But community and being around people that do it, all the answers are right there.
Yeah. My dad gave me this advice. He stole it from somebody, but it was always like, if you want to be well read, hang out with 5 people that are well read, you know. If you want to be I don't know. If you it basically is like, if you want to be an intellectual, surround yourself with intellectuals. If you want to be an idiot, surround yourself with idiots. And it's like, if you want to succeed at something, find other people that are doing the same thing. It just immediately gets to a point where you're like, oh, it just gets to a point where you're just like, this isn't a coincidence and this wasn't luck. Luck happens for sure though. But um, but for the most part, I don't know. You get to a point where you're like, wow, it's so wild that everybody that comes through as a guest speaker at our school, they all say the same thing, which is like, and then I met so and so. You know, it's so common. Um, Adam
Well, and
Gustav,
also, isn't there
yeah,
the whole line that, like, luck meets opportunity because you arrived with ready, like you have experience.
yeah,
You're just looking for that opportunity.
uh-huh, totally. All right, we got Adam Gustafson here, amazing children's
Hey,
book illustrator.
Hey, Adam.
hey, hey.
Adam, we got a
Thank
lot of we got a lot. We have enough people here, Adam, that at the beginning of the episode, I think, visibly nervous. No, Adam, this is
Glad I'm
exciting. I love that your workaround for digital. I
right.
appreciate that you're not robbing the whole screen
That's
with
that's what that's my mission is the play well with others filter.
the play up. Yeah. Those of you don't know, when you do a digital share on Zoom, if you don't do it through OBS, it steals the whole screen. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just a
thanks.
little.
Somebody said you're doing great, Timmy. Oh, thank you.
You are doing great, Timmy.
I was doing an edit this week, and I told somebody, they told me a comedian, a pretty famous comedian was like, "Who's this editor? He's great." And I was like, "Man, that's all I need. Like, I just need an attaboy Timmy like
Right, right.
every couple months." Yeah,
Oh
nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a nice feeling.
I'm going to say a couple of things real quick. I got to say this about Adam. First of all, I got to say I'm really fortunate. I was fortunate to have Adam as a student and have Cassandra as a student a few years ago. But Adam's gone out and Adam's got 40 published children's books on the market. Is that correct, Adam?
I think that's what Denise tells me.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
love that it's so many that you're like, yeah, it sounds right.
I know it's
And it's funny. That's like, I know Cassandra studied illustration with us, but she's developed herself as just an incredible gallery painter.
Thanks,
I
John.
like to say it's like the perfect example of how to develop a career as a contemporary gallery painter.
It's exciting to get to do it, right?
yeah,
We're all lucky, right?
yeah.
Well, and it was funny because when I was a student of yours and looking at illustration, you were just stepping over to the gallery scene. So it seems wild that then, 20 years later, that's the direction I took too.
Well, for you and for me, I'm fortunate I figured it out because I could have
Mhm.
given you a lot of erroneous information.
Nice.
So is that Procreate, Adam, that you're using?
This is yes, this is Procreate. using it I'm sure the way they intended, right? With a camera pointed to it
Of course.
right.
All right. You guys have any tips on how to do eyes?
Oh, the structure around the eyes is more important than the eyes themselves. Um, as a just good general rule, I guess. So like for instance, if you figure out where they're supposed to be, then
That's the way I always start. Figure out where they're supposed to be first.
right. And then those things right there, if those are right, then you can get eyes in them.
If you do the eye sockets.
Yeah.
Someone asked, what's the best place to network with artists? So one thing I'll say is, so we're online. Like, I've actually never met Cassandra in person or
Isn't that
Adam.
crazy?
It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's really wild. It would be so if we were to meet, like it would be not like you don't even know how tall I
No,
I've never seen the back of your head. Like, I don't, yeah.
am.
no. I
It's
assume
bald.
he's got one. But
Yeah, no, uh, I would just say it's just you got to find those places where you are, in person, that's great. But then there are a ton of like I think online resources. I think we are a great one. A lot of other ones exist as well. If you're in a major city, you know, it's pretty simple. I mean, it's just like that's a pretty easy search. But for outside of like major cities or even medium-sized cities, like tap into online communities that are really positive and supportive. We're one of those. We're highly supportive. Someone said Discord. I totally agree. I love our Discord server. It's a small community, um, almost by design. Um, Someone asks, any resources to learn art and get technical feedback. I feel like I gotta say, it's like you guys know we are an art school, right? Like, I personally think I personally believe we are the best at it. I am I'm not biased because I'm not an artist and I wouldn't be doing it if I just wouldn't have interest in this if it wasn't the best.
Okay, so I want you to watch Cassandra and watch Adam and watch me a little bit if you want. And Adam teaches a class called Process, Skill, and Craft. And just check out the craft that Adam has. And he's the right person to be teaching that class. And Cassandra did on our fine arts program, does did beautiful demo the other night. We do physical things, and then we help you translate it through you making the work also. Do a lot of critique, a lot of follow up on helping somebody get to a finished product. And our really, I always say this to people coming in the program, it's like we don't grade, we focus on portfolio and either portfolio or body of work for a gallery painter.
I just dropped a link to our Discord server, so join it. Someone said I can vouch. I took Adam's process class, fundamentally changed my process and upgraded my product. Also, he's really funny. I would agree.
It is really funny.
It's one of the sale, like, when I talk with students that are considering your class, Adam, I'll be like, also, like, do you like dad jokes?
Or can you tolerate dad jokes?
That's
Yeah.
right.
So yeah.
There
Depending
are
on how they
books.
answer that, I'll be like, yeah, no, you won't hear any of those from him.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
No, he never tells those.
all right. Yeah, anyone can join our Discord channel. It's totally free. It's awesome. You don't have to be a student. It's totally supportive. For regular listeners, uh, thanks for putting up with thanks for welcoming all these new artists to our community. Sorry, we're kind of rambling on, but um, what was I gonna say? Oh, this is the end of our first pose, people. We're moving on to the next one. So grab another image, another punk person, move on, start drawing. But most importantly, please share your work with us. At the end of the night, I'm going to check it out. I'm going to scroll through it on my Instagram account, hoping that the algorithm gods allow us to do it. What a tragic night it would be if they blocked it. But please post it. Use hashtag Drawing Hive 263 hashtag Drawing Hive and add visual arts passage. I'll drop it in the chat. If more people like ask if you want to be a saint, please share it for me so I don't have to be too hands-on in the chat. It's a lot of irons in the fire tonight. I just dropped in the chat.
Perfect.
Adam, that's fun. I like this.
Thanks.
When you're in Procreate, how many brushes like how often do you like switch your brushes or like how like what are you
I do an
toggling?
awful lot with like 2 or 3. I actually do an awful lot with 1 or 2.
Really?
And then I invite guests in.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes,
The
of
other
course.
thing that I do very little of is like that stuff. Um,
Okay.
yeah, you kind of just. I mean, I try to treat it as much like when I'm working at an easel too. It's like if you spend your whole time with your nose up against your picture, you see the details you're doing, but you never see the picture.
Yeah. Do you ever zoom out really far?
Oh yeah, yeah, that'll do because that's backing up across the room.
Yeah.
You know.
Uh,
But I try to keep it, and the other thing too is I work with like basically like, as very few layers if I can manage it, and yeah, like as traditional feeling as I can. Like
yeah.
right now I'm using like it's just a stock brush. It's the one called Syrup, but I like it because it feels very much like what's it? I don't know. Somewhere around here I've got this beautiful dead Raphael watercolor brush that it actually leaves almost the same mark as.
Yeah.
Um,
I am gonna say this, Adam. Uh, you might want to slide your phone out of your webcam
yeah,
in case you get some notifications or something.
that's a good point because I just got one, right?
Yeah.
Luckily, I
Luckily, it
don't
was
think
just the New York. Luckily, it was just the New York
yeah,
Times.
I don't think I know any. No one
It
actually says
wasn't like a
anything
bank
listening, but this could be the
notification
night.
or something. Yeah.
This could
Here's your
be
new password.
right.
Yeah,
This could be the night of
exactly.
the wrong number, at least.
Yeah. Nice. John, someone asked, what were you considering when you chose these images?
Uh, number one, if we could use them. Two, if if the shapes were interesting, that's probably what I look at first, and then probably just as important that is if the lighting's good.
Yeah. What do you mean when you say if the shapes were good?
Well, shape, look at like this is what's going on here in this photo. Um, it explains itself really well. Um, it's not uh, it's not, uh, it doesn't require a huge amount of rendering for it to explain itself. It's not super distorted. It's got a little distortion in it, but when you choose to draw or paint something, the shape of it is really, really important. I like to think that a picture is a collection of shapes, and if you can get a good shape out of something in your image, it requires that you don't have to render it a lot. It doesn't require a lot of high polish and finish. Hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, it's true. I
Yep.
promise you that.
Um, I'm
Also,
sorry. I'm like, there's so many questions that are going on right now. John, I am so hopeful. This would be the night that it should work. Do you want to do your educational thing? I'm really,
Yeah. Hey,
really
I was just about to start painting, so this is like perfect.
okay. I am so hopeful that your theme song plays you on well. But
Okay, give me a second. I got to
all
turn
right, well,
and get ready.
I'm just gonna prep everybody. John has a theme song for his educational segment, and listen really closely because for whatever reason Zoom filters it out, and it and we've put a lot of work into him having a theme song.
Hit me, Timmy, whenever you're ready.
Did you get it?
No.
Oh no! Oh no! Let's try.
All
This.
right.
Let's try. We're gonna do it one more time. We got to do it.
All right.
There we are.
All right.
We got it. Am I sharing?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Get out of the way. There we go. Full screen.
Yep.
All right. So I try to, relate an artist to what we're doing. And this artist was actually somebody I was introduced to it, not just their work. I never met them. By one of my favorite artists of all time is Robert Heindel, the great American illustrator and painter. And Robert, I'll show a piece that he shared with me, kind of in the middle of the presentation, and for a very specific reason. So this was this is the person I'm talking about, Richard Hambleton. And Richard was considered the godfather of street art. He was part of pioneering New York's downtown art scene alongside John Michael Basquiat and Keith Haring, best known for his menacing shadowman and horse and rider figures. He's from Canada. He was born in 1952 in Vancouver, British Columbia. He went to school at the Emily Carr University of Art and Design, graduated in 1975, and traveled the United States and kind of landed in New York, and was a big part of tagging buildings all downtown, or all through the city. And one of the reasons, this is an example of, that's his shadow man up in the corner, and that's what his tags looks like. That's what his street work looked like. It was very powerful. It was very new at the time. This was actually even before I went to art school, or before I went to school. And he became wildly popular with that, he was one of the survivors of that original group of street artists, and eventually became a gallery painter. And so I'm going to show you some things and some reason why I chose his work for tonight. You get it.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Wow.
These things are incredible.
Yeah. Look at that movement and
Yeah.
beautiful
Ooh.
silhouettes.
Yeah, definitely.
There's the shadow man.
Oh, wow.
He was probably in the mid 80s. He started to become very, very popular in the New York art scene. His work now, all of it sells for six figures and up. He became kind of disillusioned with the art world early on, like in the late 90s, early 2000s. I hate to say this, but he became sick. He passed away at 52 in 2007, 52 in 2007. No, excuse me. I said that wrong. He passed away at 65 in 2017, but he really kind of disappeared for a while in the scene. Sorry, I got my numbers wrong. This was the painting that Robert Heindel showed me.
Oh, wow.
And you know what he was showing? Number one, I love the painting, but he was showing me, and Cassandra's going to love this, where he got the idea to paint on his frames. because Bob had been like extending his paintings out into his the frames themselves.
Yes.
And this was his, kind
Huh.
of muse for that. It inspired him. This guy was really inspirational, a major influence on a lot of other contemporary painters.
How big are these?
Yeah.
Some of the figures are life size.
I
A
was
lot of which
assuming they'd be big because he was a street artist.
I have some pictures of him painting at the end, a couple.
Oh, cool.
I'm going to go through them pretty quick. My job here is to introduce you and let you know who he is and what he's done. And I think he's exceptional. I love this one. What we were talking about was shape. That's an interesting shape. And that's all it is.
That is.
It's mark making and just getting beautiful shapes out of these things. They're very powerful. For those of you that are new to us, this isn't like an art history lesson or anything. This is just an introduction to an artist. This is one of my favorites of his.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty wild. Love this one.
Oh, yeah.
This reminds me of James McNeill Whistler fireworks paintings over the water.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Totally, it's so kind of abstract in a way that it fits that color palette and shape design. I found very few drawings of his.
Oh, that's so great.
Did a whole series with cats. Fun subject. You couldn't do these without good shapes because you'd have to render them.
Yeah.
So the cat-like shapes are very, very important to this. He did a series of marble paintings, horses and riders. Kind of funny subject matter for street art.
Oh,
These are
Huh.
they're fantastic. I guess that's a cowboy. Okay, so now for something completely different. And I was
oh,
shocked when I saw these.
Wow.
This was more towards the end of his life. He was doing these really elegant landscapes.
Huh.
Who would
I
have
love
guessed?
what he's doing with the frame.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who would have guessed?
Wow.
Ooh, these are really lovely. Wow.
Really like this one.
Mm-hmm.
And these are part of a series he did at the very end of his life, related. And part of the Shadow Man, so I should have mentioned this, what he was doing at the beginning, he would get volunteers and paint silhouettes of them on the street and have them lay there and then throw paint over the top of them. And so they were like a template. So when they stood up, they had all this splattered paint around them. I just thought but he did hundreds of them all over the city. And that's how the stop sign was done.
Oh, whoa, that's crazy.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so these are wild. This is what you would imagine him, looking like in painting.
Definitely.
Terrible resolution on this photograph, but I had to show it just because it just, look at him throwing that bucket of paint up there. Nice, neat studio.
Yeah, squint and it looks really sharp.
Yeah. Careful not to get any on you.
Right?
Right, right.
There was another side of him though. There was this side that really successful New York gallery painter. So anyway, that's my talk tonight, and I hope you
Handsome.
find it as interesting as I did.
Definitely.
Very handsome. Look at that hair. I'm sorry, I can't help it.
Timmy, he's so funny.
I can't help but compliment someone's hair.
That's a good head of hair.
Yeah, it's like half the reason why John and I are in business together. I was like, God damn it, he's got great hair. Yeah, that was nice, John. Thank you.
Yeah, that was great.
But it was so funny. I Googled him, as I didn't think of him right off the top. And I had kind of forgotten that, there's an artist that was really kind of connected to the punk scene in New York. And really contemporary for my timeline. He was about 10 years older than me. And but he was getting a lot of acclaim when I was starting out. And I went back as soon as I saw it, I remembered Robert Heindel showing me that picture, that painting.
Yeah.
Took me right back to it. I just think that's very, very cool.
Nice.
All right.
Oh, Cassandra, that's looking awesome. I love
Yeah,
that.
I'm still trying to get his face right, but I'm hashing it out.
What do you do when you feel like you said like I'm just trying to get his face right. I'm assuming that means like maybe it's gone in a direction that you're like, it's not quite. Like, how do you finesse your way in the right direction?
It's just like little nudges here and there of trying to get like he has a slight tilt down and I'm not capturing it right, so that's making me crazy.
Yeah, that is tricky.
Um, and then, first it's like I think about the silhouette of the face and the shoulders and where that lines up. And then I'm just kind of trying to find a little bit more in there. Like there's the way this nose is. So I don't want to bring in my darks until I get it right, and it's not right. So you're going to watch me move it around a bunch till I start to get it right.
For tips on drawing tilts.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tilt really is like it. You just have to design your way out of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you try drawing it like you think it's a tilt, it'll keep flattening out.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just a matter of going, oh God, what do these shapes make when they're tilted like that?
Yeah. So I'm just trying to look at like relationships. So where is like the corner of the eye comes to like the jawline here, and the edge of his mouth lines up with his iris here and here, and the mouth tilts up a little bit, but the nose creates this nice little triangle here. There's going to be another darker triangle in here, which I'll get to darker in a little bit. And then the ear is up here and appear. So I'm just constantly like looking at those things, and I'll cut in to, thin out his mohawk a little bit more. And I think I need to bring up this hoodie a little more. So I'm just looking at all the relationships and trying to adjust it till it starts to look great. Like John's got that tilt perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're with what you're talking about, those nudges, like, does it get to a point where I feel like, can you fall into like overworking, or is that later?
Yeah, yeah, I can. And like sometimes I'll just be like, you know what? Like I'm gonna move on. I'm not there yet, but there's moments when I feel like I can move on, and then there's other times where I'm like, no, I can keep going. And I mean, what I like about these markers is you can just keep layering on top of them, so it gives me room to mess up. and try to find it. So that's kind of where I am with it. And it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect because this is just fun. This is just practice.
We're having fun.
Yeah.
Not like you're drawing an animal or something.
Right, because then I gotta really get it right.
I have to explain that Cassandra does these beautiful anamorphic animals that is a big part of what she does as a painter.
Yeah, I like painting animals more than I do people.
That is. Is it because does it have to do with Spider League?
Maybe a little. But also like I don't know. I find I like drawing people, but also I feel reactions to how you draw people sometimes stress me out. So like some people are
Yeah.
like, is that really how they look? Or, but when you're drawing, like a wolverine or a walrus or anything that starts with the letter W, really. Um, like no, everyone's just gonna be like, that's a walrus. Like, I don't know. I feel less judgment, so I feel like I have a stronger voice with animals and I can do what I want with it, and then people see what I'm doing and can get excited about it. Versus sometimes I feel drawing people, I just don't have the same comfort of voice. So I just enjoy drawing it for practice, but I don't like to do it professionally.
Nice.
I used to draw people all of the time for professional practice, doing celebrity portraits, things like that. And definitely, definitely something you got to work at.
Yeah.
But I pretty much do, landscape and cityscapes, different things now. But I love going back to drawing people because it is like the ultimate test, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It's it,
I
it's
just
like you know when you get it right or wrong.
what's the movie where he's like hunting man? It's the ultimate.
Yeah. The most dangerous game are we talking
Yeah,
about?
it's the most
Yeah.
ultimate. It's the ultimate sport.
Yeah, my old mentor used to like I remember him looking at someone's art in college and he was like, "Oh, she's a very good artist. Nice work, nice chops, but it's all still life and landscape and we know the figure is what separates the men from the boys and the girls from the women."
It's good. I love it.
You added
But
that last part.
No, that was him. Yeah.
yeah, because you went
That,
to
that
school
was
in the
that was what it was
80s,
all building
90s.
up to.
Yeah, that's nice. Everybody, by the way, if you're wondering what else is happening tonight, art news is back.
Oh,
Woohoo.
Art news is back, and I got some good art news reporting to report on. If those of you don't know what art news is, just buckle up.
it's
I'm
right there in
excited.
the name.
And then the other thing is I love it when people send me art news stories, but it is funny how often people send me art news stories that are like just not a good fit for art news.
That was a lot of the art news I was seeing. So,
Yeah, a lot of the art news that you see is like either maybe a little too dicey,
Mhm.
or it's like a think piece that like you can't like I need to be able to get it out like in a couple sentences. And
Right.
like our typical art news stories are like man bumps into painting.
Yeah.
Man
you know,
takes selfie, breaks sculpture.
yeah, sits on, yeah. But no, art news is back. Hopefully the theme works. I've come up with an incredibly stupid way to make the theme music work, which is holding the microphone to a speaker.
It's
Yeah,
it's like my iPad work.
it's like the ultimate. Yeah, it's honestly, Adam, you and I are
Yeah.
pretty punk rock tonight.
Yes.
Pretty low, pretty low fi of us, isn't it? As Gary Amaro would say. Um, yeah. So what have you been working on lately, Adam? Do you have any children's books in
I I'm
the
I'm
chamber?
actually in that stage where you just periodically send emails to the client and say, "So have you looked at the sketches yet?"
Oh, so is it like a hurry up and wait?
Yeah, yeah, I'm in the this very long hurry up and wait prog thing, which in the meantime I'm trying to write and come up with projects for ideas, but it's hard to concentrate on those when the hurry up and wait could just like fall from the sky any second.
Oh yeah, because the second it does, it's hurry, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's the way it goes. So, when did you like? When was your? Well, let me think about this. Well, when did you submit? Like what does it look like when you submit the work that you did?
Um, I put together a PDF of, in this case, it was
I
thumbnail.
should ask. Like, can you talk about
Yeah,
it, or
I
is
can
it?
know about the process. Is after a ridiculous amount of like research because it's a nonfiction piece
Yeah.
about something that's not very well photographed.
Oh,
Mm.
that's hard to
That seems to be what
reference.
people mostly hire me for.
Oh, this is really interesting. Now I gotta know.
Like
It sounds like a
whenever
riddle, Adam.
yeah, no, it's well, it's like for instance when I did the book about the funambulist who crossed um Niagara Gorge on a tightrope in
What
1859.
is a unambulous?
Funambulist is a tightrope walker.
Oh, I've never
It's
heard
a
that
Like
wait.
starts
term
with
It's a
before.
fun.
it's a
Like
what?
it's an ambulist that starts with fun.
It's
Um,
right up there with the
Why
philatopist.
are you why are you so many riddles tonight, Adam?
I because I'm trying to dodge the intellectual property part of it. I
Oh, I
think.
see.
I think that's what I'm doing. Um,
Okay, I'm gonna pretend like I understand what's happening.
so right now I'm working on a book about a female skydiver.
Okay.
From like the earliest, like from before the airplane was invented.
Oh,
Right. So
What?
what?
there's very few photos and very few clear photos, and everything she's using is being invented at the time and isn't what any of it looks like now. So there's all these like educated guesses of, it's like if I had never seen a zipper before and now I'm trying to draw this guy's coat, it's like going, okay, well, something is catching light here in kind of this shape. Maybe that's believable.
Okay.
Um, but right now I'm in the after trying to research all this stuff. I put together thumbnails, and then when I did thumbnails, I took two pieces to like a really tight sketch so that the client would be able to look at my thumbnails and translate for themselves. And then I laid all that out with the text in a PDF and sent them a dummy of the book and a link to a folder with the sketches in it.
That's
Um,
exciting.
and in the meantime, I also met with. It turns out I have a friend who is a female skydiver, professional female skydiver who which I didn't know that till after I met her and we were friends.
Oh wow.
Um, but so we went out for coffee at some point to like go through all the photos and details and see if she could translate anything for me. And mostly it consisted of her looking at pictures going, wow, that is not how you do
Oh wow.
it. These people are crazy. This is not.
Wow.
I don't know what that thing she's holding is, but whew, how did they not die?
That's
Well,
wild.
some of them did, but
Do you guys
how
want
the
to hear
ones
a
who
really
didn't die not
scary? Do you guys want to hear a really scary skydiving story?
Yeah.
die.
My friend from grade school, her name was Nicole. We were like buddies in grade school, and we when I was in my like mid 20s, we became friends again. We had not seen each other for like most of my, like it was like one of those wild things. Um, so we became friends again, and she was really, really, really into skydiving, and she went skydiving. She would go like she would almost she was at one point she was like working with a company, I think, like where where they like strap you onto you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like
She was
tandem.
she was one, yeah, tandem, that's the word. She was one of the people you get strapped to. And but no, she was skydiving one time, and um, someone collided with her like before they like they both were just like shooting her, zipping around.
Right.
I know nothing about skydiving at all, and I'm actually not very close with Nicole anymore, so I stopped learning about skydiving as soon as I heard this story. So this person collided with her, and Nicole got knocked out, became unconscious, and then
Wait, and does she have someone strapped to her?
Why?
no, she was by herself,
Okay.
and then she regained consciousness and is just in the sky, doesn't know what's happening, and just had the wherewithal to, whatever, pull the thing. I'm assuming
Yeah,
that, that's a thing. You
Pull the
pull a thing,
ripcord?
right? Yeah, ripcord. That's the
right.
thing. Yeah, she pulled the ripcord and just I mean, just I was like, oh, that's terrifying. That's a story I
Yeah.
never want to hear again.
In the early days, so in the early days of skydiving, one thing I learned is, initially there was no like free fall or ripcords. At the very, you affixed your parachute to whatever you were jumping off in some way.
Mm-hmm.
And then, it opened as you jumped, right? Um,
Okay.
and so the subject of this book was also the very first person to perform a free fall because her chute didn't open.
Oh my
Like
God.
it didn't work, and she was like dangling from the plane. So she took out a
Really?
little knife and cut herself free from the plane, and then pulled what was supposed to release the parachute. So she kind of like on the spur, like turned whatever the contraption was into the first ripcord.
Yeah.
Um, probably at a height that you're not really supposed to jump at, too.
Oh my
Yeah, like
gosh.
pretty low, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When every time we find a distance, the woman I was consulting with would be like, "Yeah, you never jump at that height. That's like nothing. Don't."
Wow.
Yeah. Do you think you can buy parachutes on eBay?
Uh,
Hey, John, sorry, real quick to interrupt. John, can you explain what you're doing? People are really, really
yeah.
curious about what's going on.
Thank you for Cassandra for making this educational.
That-
Sorry, it's like a really cool thing he's doing, and I just want to explain
Yeah.
real quick.
Yeah.
I'm taking wax, Dorland's wax mixed with oil paint and a little bit of Galkid gel so it will dry. And I'm just going over the pastel and making my pastel, the paint work with the pastel. And then I can come back in. I can do this either with oil pastel at this point or the dry pastel, the new pastel I was using at the beginning, and work back into it. And I really like what it does. I really like the effect of it, and it's just interesting to me.
How long does it take to dry once you put like the Derlin's wax with the Galkid and oil?
Well, to completely dry, a little while, you know, not all that long, maybe 48 hours,
Okay.
but I can start drawing back into it like right away. And it just works its way back into that. And then I could come back in. Um, if I want to mix up, I wasn't there yet, but I can just show real quickly, grab a little bit of oil paint. And I could come back in and move this around, move the lights around too. Just kind of a interesting effect, interesting thing that it does.
It's a really cool
Yeah, that's
effect.
really cool.
And it seemed appropriate for this artist.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It seemed appropriate for Richard Hamilton. Hambleton.
So, I think, you and I talk about this a lot, but I think it'd be good for you to talk more too about like you had a very rendered piece and then you just slapped like burnt sienna wax and Galkid all over it. Like, Why would you do that when you had such a rendered piece?
I wanted to take it somewhere else, and it wasn't very rendered. It wasn't very, it's deceptive. This is pretty large. Um, the head is probably just slightly smaller than life size. It's on a 27-inch piece of paper. I always work really, not always, but most of the time, especially with heads, I work pretty large. And it maybe looked more finished than it was actually was. It wasn't very finished.
The name of the wax and gel?
Pardon me?
What's the name of the wax and gel? Someone
The
asked.
wax is Dorland's cold wax, and the gel is just a Galkid painting medium gel. And it
Yeah.
actually it really facilitates the drying process in it.
So many products just getting free rides at Drawing Hive. It's wild. There's a rumor going around that someone's going to sponsor us soon.
That's awesome. Oh, I can like I don't make any money off of this, but I can tell you I have a 15% off discount I can put in the chat if you guys want for anything grabby.
Do it, Cassandra.
All right.
Do it. Everybody grab it really quick. Grab it. Grabby it. Ugh.
I'm with you, Timmy.
I'm sure they've explored that as a marketing team. And the internal marketing team at Grabby was like, grab your materials.
And if they haven't, they should have.
I mean, that was like the first one they should have thrown out.
I don't know. You can make something obvious work.
I don't know. I don't know. John, yeah, you're like the Don Draper. You're like, grabby. In the meeting.
That's a rule in advertising. If you can make something notable work and bring something new to it, it's really powerful.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Adam, it's looking
Yeah.
fun. I like this. I want to see the actual digital version. I hope you send it or post it or
All right.
whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's going through so
Oh,
many different
no, that's
filters
getting
now.
kind of blown out, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can change that, but it's whatever. But it's still we see the shapes. Yeah.
Ah,
Now it's
my
getting zoomed
iPad
out.
keeps like attacking me too. So
Yeah.
I could just be having one of those digital days.
Well, someone asked early, like way earlier, like a thousand messages ago. What do you have a specific brush kit that you use, or specific brushes, or you just use the Procreate brushes?
I just use the Procreate brushes I use. I use Syrup and Inca,
Yeah.
and that's and then for my line work I'll use Syrup, Inca, and Ink Bleed. If for all my silly pun drawings. And sometimes I use one under their artistic category called Qual, which just it looks and acts like a wet on wet watercolor wash. The trick to
Nice.
the brushes, as much as there is one, I think is and this is where I think a lot of like oil painting digital brushes or watercolor digital brushes kind of get things wrong, is they make them very like the relationship between your pressure and what the brush doesn't really mimic what painting feels like.
Yeah.
So I use inking brushes mostly because the way they work is um, pressure responds to the size of the mark you make, and then you actively control what your opacity is. So it's like, how much medium did you put in your paint, and then how hard are you pressing on your brush is how pointy or splayed out your brush gets. And so if I want it to feel like painting, I use a brush that reacts to pressure by changing its size.
Wow.
And then it's up to me to see how many coats it will take to get more or less opaque. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. This is so for those of you who tuned in late or maybe not familiar with what we do. So Drawing Hive is sponsored by Visual Arts Passage. Visual Arts Passage is an online art school. We are entirely focused on developing portfolio, developing skills, and developing relationships that can help you build a career making art. Whether you want to be an illustrator in publishing, in comics, in really any range of illustration work, whether it be editorial for like magazines, that or the fine arts world, which is selling to private collectors or galleries. Our school is entirely focused on developing the skills you need to thrive in those industries. The reason we do Drawing Hive every week, we've been doing it for 5 years now. This is episode 263, is because John and I, head of the school, and John is like truly the program director and kind of the North Star of what we do. We know that community is the heart of this. And so that's why we've never, that's why we started Drawing Hive, and that's why we keep doing it. And we're really excited. We're enrolling right now for the fall semester, and every semester. So our classes are 10 weeks long. They're all taught by working professionals. Cassandra teaches in our fine arts program. Adam teaches in the introductory course, process, skill, and craft in our illustration program. And these are fully immersive. They're fully interactive. It's not like what we're doing right now. This is more like a podcast. It's like this is like a weird live hybrid podcast drawing session.
Well, Timmy, can you tell them we started this during COVID?
Yeah, we started it during COVID.
Our students,
yeah, we called it during COVID. We called it illustration isolation, which we thought that tells you how long we thought we were going to do it. We thought we were going to do it for we were like, oh, we'll just do this until Easter. and it turned out, oh, dang, we need to change the name of this thing.
5 years later.
Yeah, about 5 years later. But no, so we really believe in community. We really believe in relationships. And we also believe that, where you live should not dictate your success. And oftentimes I think that the industry has caught up with the globalization of art and the globalization of this. Now, art schools, I don't think have. I think art schools are still very localized. All the major ones are in cities that are probably more expensive to live in and more difficult to attain. And I really do believe that art education can be more available and more democratized. And that's the entire goal of what we do, which is make it available. Let you tap in to people who are thriving what they do. The reason I brought this up so fast is because every semester we have guest speakers that come in and talk to our students that are participating in the mentorship classes. And I'm actually really excited because Adam's working in Procreate. We're talking about Procreate brushes. You can't talk about Procreate brushes without talking about Kyle Webster.
Right.
We've got Kyle Webster right here. I don't know if you can see my mouse. I'm circling him right now. He's the best. Kyle jumped away from Adobe as soon as they became the they started droning on about AI too long, and he leaped to Procreate, where they've really, I think I love Procreate because they've fully embraced true artists and believing in the human spirit. Rochelle Baker is going to be joining us. Rochelle Baker is an incredible illustrator and comic book artist. And Rochelle Baker's never spoken to our students before, so this is really very exciting. Whenever we get a new guest speaker, oh, she's awesome. CF Payne, longtime fan, nightmare tech user. I'm
brilliant artist.
Brilliant artist. Terrified of the day that I have to get him streaming with our students.
Oh my gosh, I just want to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah, but CF Payne's John. I'm sure you could maybe. What would you say about CF Payne in one word or one sentence? I mean,
living legend.
Yeah.
In as a editorial illustrator.
Yeah, and then Iris Compiet. Iris is an amazing fantasy artist. Has worked on some of the biggest intellectual properties you can imagine. And Iris, I'm not, like I've said before, I'm not an illustrator. I've tuned into Iris's talks. Nothing gets me more hyped up to just make and be creative and like tell my own story. Um, so guest speakers are a big part of what we do. They are, I would say, they're still a small part of the experience of Visual Arts Passage, which is about mentorship. I'm really excited. Like Nate Schweitzer right here. I'm just like scrolling through our website because it's so easy. But like Nate is a former student of ours. Um, is been featured in Society of Illustrators, Communication Arts, 3x3. He's become a heavy hitter. And also, Nate's coming back to teach with us this
That's
semester.
That's so
fantastic.
How
exciting.
awesome is that? So Nate's teaching ideation and visual storytelling. Um, I'm really excited. If you're thinking like one thing I will say is like our school is designed for a person who wants to surround themselves with other people who are as or more passionate about telling stories with their art. Um, that is not easy to do everywhere, and it can take a lot of work to do. And what I would say is we are the fastest way to tap into a community like that, where you're immediately going to be pushed. We meet you where you are. So if you're just getting started, or if you're out of art school and like you went to a top tier art school and you have the skills, you even maybe even have some of the portfolio, we have we have resources for you to let you tap into that. Like John, you have a student working on a major project for a major magazine that rhymes with Moline Roan, Moline Roan magazine, Rolling Roan magazine, um, and like they're able to talk with their teachers who have worked with Rolling Stone. I mean, whatever, and like they're able to ask like, well, what are the, like they can tap into these questions of like that you can only ask. These are things you can only learn from someone who's done it, and not a lot of people have done that. And so we meet everyone where they're at. I'm really, really excited for the fall semester. It starts October 4th, but we are currently in our early bird sign up phase, which means it's $200 off. You save $200. Just go to visualartspassage.com, and if you go to the class, it automatically applies off. Like you don't have to do it. We're not doing codes, anything like that. It's pretty simple. I got tired of making creative codes, um, and so it's just auto applied. And so I recommend doing that. It's going to be available for one more week. There's only 25 spots available for early bird. Um, don't sleep on it. Take advantage of it.
I mean, that's a good explanation of what we do. If I were to add anything, I just keep reminding people the goal is to identify where you want to work in the industry. Again, some of our fine art students just want to be better artists. But most of the people that come to our program are really kind of hell bent to figure out a career. And so we help people identify where where to approach and how to approach. Also, finished portfolio. Your portfolio is everything in this industry, and it's really the first step of starting in the industry. So you've got to have a finished portfolio aimed at a particular part of the industry.
Yeah, great. Now, everybody, please start posting your work. We did 2020 tonight, so we're not doing 2020 45. Please post your work to Instagram. It's hashtag Drawing Hive 263. Yeah, hashtag Drawing Hive 263. Hashtag Drawing Hive and at Visual Arts Passage. Please post it now. Don't wait. If you wait, I don't know. It probably won't be featured, and it's not my fault. It's Zuckerberg's fault. Complain to them. Um, you got to post the hashtag. I'll try to post the hashtag. Somebody asked, are guest speakers post to YouTube? No, like our guest speaker, that's part of the mentorship. So it's not posted for free. Like if you sign up, you're paying a premium to gain access to ask questions and like tap into, like, I can't say this enough to people. Like our school is small by design. Like we don't have like we don't let our classes get big. We don't let our school get big because as soon as that happens, You don't get to have a relationship with your teachers. You don't get to ask guest speakers questions. You don't get to have that connection. And so it's by design small. And so don't don't sleep on it. Jump at it now. Um, I need a breather to prepare myself for art news.
Art news.
Or
News.
it's actually I mix. You know what? It's been long enough that I forgot. It's called action news.
I was like, I guess you're just changing it. It's cool.
No, it's just that I got a lot of irons in the fire lately. Yeah, man. Oh, and it's a good night of action news, everybody.
I don't know. It was metering well at the beginning and just has decided it doesn't want you guys to see what I'm doing.
Hmm.
You know, it just looks like you just like drawing in blown out tones, Adam.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. What again? When we started, it was showing everything, and just it wants to prove that I can't outsmart it.
Hmm.
Wow, Cassandra, that looks great.
Yeah. Now
Oh
it's
yeah.
finally looking more punk rock.
Yeah, you guys got to do something really good tonight because I'm not going to get this whole thing together.
It's looking cool.
You guys any have I'm trying, do you guys have any like hot recs while I queue up action news?
Oh, I mean, um there's a podcast, Women Who Cook, that I've been listening to, and it's about like women in history who kind of did amazing things. Like sometimes it's amazingly bad, and sometimes it's just amazingly epic. And
Okay.
so there was a two-parter on Nellie Bly, and I knew her for being the person that brought attention to the mental asylums. In like the Victorian era, but I didn't also realize that she decided to break the record for how fast you can get around the world, based on the Jules Verne book. And she was her goal was 80 days, like Jules Verne's book, and she did it in 72. And I don't know. I've now like I'm now reading a biography about her, and it's
Oh,
just cool.
that is cool.
That is cool.
I have a, I have a recommendation. I need to get action news ready, guys, but I have a recommendation.
Mm.
I saw the film Weapons. It's amazing.
Oh, my friend loved it.
It's
She said it was really
incredible.
good.
It's my favorite movie I've seen this year. Um, it's fantastic. I highly recommend it. It's a return to original movie making. It's while
It's kind
still
of fairy tale-esque, or kind
yeah,
that's
totally. It
the,
felt like a grim whatever, grim fairy tale. A grim
yeah, that's how I
what's it
heard it
called?
described. Grimm's fairy tale, yeah.
Yeah. Um, you know, you say I say original, but like it obviously it's showing homage. It's just it's not a sequel. You know what I mean? That's what I'm
It's like a
saying.
modern take that hadn't been
Yeah.
done.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's really great. It's very funny. Um, the director is from The Whitest Kids You Know, which was like a sketch troupe that was like the early like mid 2000s, I think. Um, uh, which I'm trying to remember his name. It was inspired by one of the members who passed away, named Trevor Moore. Trevor Moore is so funny. He died really young in an accident in like 2021. But like a couple days before he died, he posted to Twitter, "I would like to be like in my obituaries. I'd like to be referred to as local sex pot." And when he died, and then he like coincidentally, I mean, he very tragically died like not too long after that post. And so like almost every major publication honored it. Which
That's
I thought was,
amazing.
and of it's one of those things where it's like as soon as you tap into their comedy and who they are, you're immediately like, oh, that's very sweet. Like, you know, despite a terrible thing happening. Um, But yeah, I really highly recommend it. Weapons is good. It's not for the faint of heart. If you don't like, um, it's pretty brutal, pretty disturbing, pretty terrifying. But
Yeah, I don't know that I'll be able to handle it, but I've heard
Alexander,
great
I
things.
wouldn't tap into it if I were you. I wouldn't
Yeah.
recommend it to you.
You know what I did finally see? I'm like, way behind on the times, but I finally saw The Sinners.
Okay,
Oh, I did too.
It's so good.
So good.
I know
that
I'm
was
like
fun.
months behind everybody else, but it is so good.
You know, what's so funny is I know multiple people that like when I saw it with Alice, my friend Alice, and Gianna, my wife, and the credits start,
Hmm.
and I was like, they start getting up, right? They get up to leave the theater, and I'm like, guys, the movie is clearly not over, and they're like, it's over, it's over, and I was like, no, it's obviously not over, and they get up, and like half the audience gets up to leave, and then the movie is clearly it's not over, and it continues, and then it's just you have to be the people standing in front of everybody. It was really like a big "I told you so" for me in our household. I loved it though. That was a good one.
The
Yeah,
music was
Michael B.
amazing.
Jordan. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to not like Michael B. Jordan, and he's great.
He's so good.
Yeah, it made me. It reminded me of like all the great movies he's done before his like before like the commercialization of Michael B. Jordan. I was like, oh, this guy's awesome.
Oh, I
You know,
remember him in Friday Night Lights. Like he was so great in that too.
I didn't even know he was in Friday Night Lights. I was
Yeah.
thinking of
See, I'm like, I
I
know
was
from
thinking of
before.
I was thinking of Fruitvale Station. Yeah,
Oh, and this is before that.
I didn't even know that.
Hmm.
Nice. All right, are you guys ready for art news?
Bring it.
Yeah.
Do it. Let's do it. Okay,
That was good. That was good sound too.
I did it.
Hmm.
I did it fully out of order. This is a nightmare. This is a living nightmare. All right. All right. Collector sues Christie's over Picasso painting once owned by a criminal. Um, Collector recently filed a lawsuit against Christie's, alleging that the auction house did not inform him that a painting by Pablo Picasso was owned by someone convicted of a drug-related charge before he purchased the work. Um, the painting's called Femme dans un rocking chair, and it was sold for 14.5 million pounds, um, which is more dollars. And the the former owner, I mean, just was sentenced to prison for drug. I mean, like it's drug thing, right? It was a drug dealer situation.
Hmm.
Um, but anyway, they're demanding either like a reduced pricing or a return, like a retroact, like a whatever, a reversal of the sale. Um, I think it's a silly rich people thing. What do you guys think?
Well, is it because they don't want the money to go to the criminal? Or like was the criminal's painting seized and then it's going to go to I guess that like I could understand if they don't want to give money to somebody that, sold drugs.
Um,
Like
I,
I could get that.
I n-
I,
it does
so
not appear that the money is going to the criminal. No,
Okay.
what I
no,
find
yeah,
interesting is they had issues with the criminal and not Picasso.
yeah, yeah. I To me, this seems like John. To what you were saying, what I thought when I read this is this sounds like a story about three criminals. Because I gotta go ahead and say it. If you can buy a $14 million or 14 million pound, which is what somebody figure out what that is in US dollar, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Um, you're probably not above board. I would say I'm not a big fan of that level of wealth. um, yeah, I don't know. That's my take. Yeah, what's going on? um,
So are they allowed to return it or like have
well,
they
it's a
determined?
lawsuit that's currently. This is a Action News will return to it at a later date, but
Mm.
but absurd, right? But Cassandra, you actually made a point that I had not considered, which is if the money was going to the criminal, which
I
is
wouldn't want them to get that money.
Yeah.
Not that I have that money to buy, and I don't think I would spend it on a Picasso if I did, but you know.
Yeah. And also the criminal. Um, I'm sometimes I read Action News as it's happening. Um, guys, the criminal died.
Oh,
So, oh, live update for Action News. The criminal is not alive.
Oh, okay. Take care of a lot of the controversy, doesn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, Cassandra, you're wrong.
okay. All right. Then
Yeah, and the auction house claimed that everything is above board. I, this seems like somebody trying to get a deal, doesn't it?
maybe it's buyer's remorse, you know?
That's what it feels like, doesn't it?
Yeah, like they're like, I got in the moment and then I realized, do I want a Picasso?
I do like John's take, which is that's what they had the problem with.
Right.
Yeah. What do you guys think of the Picasso?
Um,
I mean, it's kind of that's a man, that's a loaded question. Weigh in.
not my favorite.
It's not one of my favorites of his.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
And
Picasso.
you have to
So
understand,
you'd pay
I think,
John, you'd pay like 12 million pounds.
I have to tell you, I think Picasso is one of the greatest artists that ever lived. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
sure.
there's no doubt. I'm a big fan of
Yeah.
what he did as an artist, but
You had a fun comment about his like his
it's more
character.
about him being a human.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I
I
have
mean, he
plenty of
did steal the
artists.
Mona Lisa, you know, if you would
Yeah.
just want to get into simple basics,
Yeah.
just because he wanted to see if he could.
Wow.
Well,
All
see,
right.
enterprising. That's
Enterprise. All right. Anything else on this one? All right. Okay. This is maybe one of the shortest.
Oh,
Um,
I did see this.
guys, this is the bread and butter of Action News. Roman villa in Sicily yields a mosaic of surprising footwear. Guys, sandals have been around longer than we thought.
Flip-flops go strong always.
Yeah. Basically, uh, whatever. They found flip flops. I'm trying to find the exact. Yeah, I can't even find. Oh, this is a nightmare. The third and fourth century, basically. They're like, wow, flip flops have been around way longer than we thought. And they've been making mosaics of them, which that means surely a mosaic, you don't make a mosaic year one of the flip flop, right?
right. You want to make sure the fashion's going to stick around a little while,
Yeah. Yeah. So
unless this is
whatever.
a shoe store.
I'm struggling. I'm panicking trying to find the year that this is from. And it doesn't say. But anyways, yeah. Gosh, I really botched this Action News story.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
You're doing great,
Anyway,
Tim.
third or fourth century. This was they believe it was outside of a Sicilian gym, which means this could have been one of my great ancestors' flip flops.
That's their athletic wear.
That was that was like a great athlete getting ready at the gym. Um,
Shoes go
anyways,
here.
Right. Yes. This is the bowling shoe rental.
pretty cool though to see that like a mosaic. I always find it amazing that like there's a pothole in front of my house every year that has to get repaired by Kansas City, Missouri, and that there's like mosaics in Italy that are just like still fine.
Yeah, well, you know, they have proven that their cement recipe is better than our modern cement recipe.
Yeah. Man, need a Sicilian cement.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I would go ahead and say, having spent most of my life around a lot of Sicilians, I would not have guessed that they were better at doing that. But it's
Really? I mean, they've got very multi-purpose cement, don't they? Like, I
oh
mean,
yeah, I know what you're going to ask. Adam, you want to finish that?
Or
Yeah,
creative ways of using it anyway.
yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah, so maybe some cement boots.
Some cement shoes.
I got
It's
some nice
super efficient.
funereal grade cement here. Some funereal grade.
Yeah, my family's in the cement business, and yeah, Cement and sanitation. Yeah.
Right.
All right. That's it. That's it. We really scraped the barrel on that one. All right. Let me see if I can toggle the next one. All right. This one's fun. Uh, Painting made by the Beatles in Tokyo Hotel sells for $1.7 million at auction. Did you know about this?
No.
Have you ever seen this one?
Oh,
Mm-mm.
Okay, so it's the Fab Four. They all painted a corner of this composition, um, which I don't know the answer to this, and it's called "Images of a Woman." It's from 1966, and and yeah, it's kind of fun. Here's a question. I know the answer to some of it. Who painted what corner? You think?
yeah, that was what I was thinking.
You guys want to guess? Anybody in the chat want to guess too?
Sorry, what was the question?
Who
Which
like
corners were painting by which Beatle?
Oh, okay, okay. I say top right. Uh, I'm gonna give that to Ringo.
I'm going to say bottom left to John, bottom right to Paul.
Okay.
I was going to go Paul top left, but
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Two of them.
Oh.
So I'm trying to. It's
Oh,
actually
I'm
hard.
right. Paul, well,
It's
oh, I'm
it's
sorry. No, I was wrong. Paul is right.
Oh, so Paul
Top
is
right.
doing which, yeah, so his is, I think it's actually, isn't it it's like a cross, it's like a half an MRI or something, isn't it?
it's
Like
really
looking at
hard
a
to.
cross section
It's
of a human
All
head.
right, go back to the previous
yeah.
one.
It's legitimately hard to tell. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, bottom right
Yeah,
is
so
it
I think top left is
is
John
John.
and
You
top
know,
right is Paul.
this
So
is
then
so
maybe
this is so embarrassing, but
bottom left
I'm
maybe is
pretty
George.
I'm pretty sure that their signatures are on the corners that they painted.
I'm like
So,
sticking my face to my computer
yeah.
screen to see if I can
Let's
read
see.
it.
Let's see. We can see it. It looks like Paul is top right. George is
Oh,
bottom
yeah.
right. Um,
Okay,
looks
so
like
John
John
is
is
left,
top
top
left.
left.
Yeah, and then Ringo is bottom left.
So, okay.
Yeah.
All
Somebody
right.
was watching, being like, "You morons! Their
Yeah.
signatures are on the corners that they painted."
Okay, but I had them exactly all the opposite of what they were. I mean
I
that,
had them all wrong.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like,
like caddy corner.
yeah, I think I had an exact like top to
Yeah,
bottom mirror image of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Huh.
Showing there are the materials. That's pretty fun. It says they worked under. Yeah, I mean that's it. Robert Whitaker was the photographer that was on tour with the Beatles. Which, I mean, can you imagine? Like 1966 going on tour with the Beatles. It's unimaginable. I was reading a thing about somebody that was uh, they'd gone to a show during this era of the Beatles, during like the screaming era,
Right.
of the Beatles, and they climbed like a part of a building that was near the venue that they knew the Beatles were in, and they popped their head through a bathroom window, and John Lennon was in there, and they passed this album cover to John Lennon, and they're like, "Can you please can you all sign this?" And John Lennon was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And he like left the room, and he signed it as all of them.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and that's what was concluded in the final. They were like, "No, this is John Lennon's signature, but the rest of them are just John Lennon impersonating the other Beatles,"
Everybody else.
which I think makes it better.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Especially if you interrupted him in the bathroom for it.
Yeah.
Well, also like, I mean, dude, he signed it. That's so nice considering somebody's
Yes.
breaking in.
To the bathroom.
yeah, slightly invasive.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was probably pretty used to that. All right. The next story is on the topic of morons. Like, what do you call it, Cassandra? It's your favorite segment of like rich people do the darndest things.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
but it's also like a person, it's also like, it's not even like, oh, like rich people do the darndest things. It's like rich people do the darndest things. I hate this guy. I think that that's how I would like cap it,
I
which,
like it. I like it.
yeah, which I'm trying to toggle. Let's see if what's going on here. Why can't I get to it? Hold on, hold on. All right, this moron. All right. It is a collector eats a world famous $6.2 million banana. Um, Last week, the billionaire and cryptocurrency entrepreneur Justin Sun, who bought the comedian, um, which was the banana duct tape to the wall, he ate it. Guy
Well,
sucks.
really, what he bought was a 40-page how to
Yeah,
pick said banana, the precise length of duct tape to duct tape to the wall as many inches
right.
from the floor. Like it's a 40-page manual. That's
Yeah,
really what he purchased.
Yeah.
right. But like, he just sucks. It's just, it's just like, it's just rich people throwing around money in a way in which is completely out of touch with society and the real world. And it's just, you know, like, you know what you could do with $6.2 million?
Helps so many people.
You could help an insane amount of people, change their lives overnight. And this guy's like, no, I'd rather like build a press release that'll get released on like 3 different websites about art news. So, anyways, sorry, I got a little emotional with that one. Got a little hyped up. Do you guys have a take on it?
Well, Timmy, I would like you, before you stop talking, to apologize to all the billionaires that are in here tonight.
Yeah. Believe it or not, there are non-billionaires who will be upset by that. Yeah. Um,
I
yeah.
was just reading, I think it happened in like 2017 or something, but there was this Italian artist that made an invisible sculpture and he
Yeah.
sold it for a ridiculous amount of money. Like someone bought it.
Is it the same guy? Because I the one thing I will do about the bananas, I'll stick up for the artist, even though I'm blanking on his name.
Oh yeah, I'm never gonna dog on an artist just for like doing so, you know what I mean? Like that's just
Well, in a
whatever.
way,
Like
it's like so much of the thing, these things about his art, like I get just you look at the guy who bought the banana, and it's almost like I think like the banana is actually almost a joke about the kind of person who would buy it.
yeah.
Like
Hmm.
Yeah, no,
like
yeah, I should
because
say that
he's
I
the same
don't
guy who made the solid gold toilet
yeah.
and put it in the was it the MoMA or the Guggenheim it was at for a little while. And then recently, the solid gold toilet was stolen and probably melted down by thieves for the gold it was made of.
Hmm.
Yeah. No, I mean the
But the yeah no the guy who does it is actually his work is actually like a critique of all the things that are making us a little crazy, kind of done
yes.
from the inside. And it would be better if I remembered his name. Catalan, is that his name? I'm also worried that whatever name is in my head is not only the wrong name, but is blocking his name from my.
Quite possibly.
But in a way, it does make the guy buying the banana and having a press release where he eats it. It just confirms that he's a dingus.
Yes, totally.
Like in
Um
in case there were doubts.
Everybody, there's 5 minutes left in this last post, so get to drawing, get busy. Also, I am going to share a link to our Discord server. Instagram is being incredibly difficult. It almost looks like they fully got rid of hashtags.
What?
Yeah, I know. They're just it's a their constant attempt at making people not have communities.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's what
join
it
our
feels
Discord server because that's going to be. I'm going to look and see if I can share it any other way. But in the meantime, join our Discord server because if we can't, that's always our last ditch effort. That's where we'll check out the art. if we have to. But hold on, let me see if I can figure this out until then. But if you guys want to talk about anything else while I do this kind of taxing.
I just keep thinking, this guy reminds me of Sean Gunn in Guardians of the Galaxy. Do you remember his like
Oh,
mohawk?
Oh, yeah.
right. Yes.
That's what I see now.
All right. We might, we
Adam,
might,
that hair. That's
we
so great.
might, we might, there's a possibility we're going to be able to do it on Instagram. So I'm still going to ask people to post. We'll see. But on my phone, Instagram hashtags aren't working at all. You go to them and they don't show you any images. It just gives you an AI overview of what Drawing Hive is, which is
Oh God.
infuriating. And it's also like mostly wrong. Adam, that's awesome.
Thanks.
I
I
love
was
it.
just trying to make the best use of my time.
With epic
Nice.
hair.
Epic hair.
Michael Rooker.
When I first saw the reference before I saw the theme being punk, I was just like, is it great hair? Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of great hair in this reference, all the references.
Yes.
Someone said the banana is the most popular piece of art right now because it's making me think and feel. And I would say, no, it is not. The billionaire and the inequality of wealth is what's making me think and feel.
Right.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with art. Yeah, it has. Yeah, that. Sorry, no, it's not the banana. I have nothing. I have no issue with the banana like that as art. Like that, I'm fine with that. It's it selling at millions of dollars as a tax fraud scheme. Anyways, sorry. I just don't. I didn't want that to go on the record. I had to. I had to provide my rebuttal for that one. Yeah.
But it does bring up good discussions, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, about billionaires.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. What can you do? Yeah. Yeah. Cassandra, that's awesome. Very good punk rocker. If anybody likes horror movies and they like punk rock, I've got a recommendation for you.
Oh, yeah?
Green Room. You ever seen it?
Green Room.
Yeah. It's a horror film. It's about a punk rock band doing a tour. I think I kind of haven't seen it in a long time. I think they're in the UK. I'm not totally sure. Maybe somebody can correct me in the chat, but like, it's so great. And it's really great. And guess who the villain is in it?
Oh.
Patrick Stewart.
Oh.
Somebody says it's set in Virginia. That makes sense. Yeah. It's a really great movie. Really highly recommend it. It's not for the faint of heart. It's pretty violent, but it's very creative, very original. The music in it is awesome, and I thought it did a really great homage to like punk rock. But yeah, not for the faint of heart. Pretty violent. But yeah, Patrick Stewart. Oh, he plays a terrifying villain in it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, you would never expect it because I always think of him as so sweet.
Just like a Shakespearean actor meets
Yeah.
Pokey, you know? Like, great guy.
Someone said I live in Virginia. I'm gonna check it out. All right. Yeah, Cassandra, you live in Virginia.
Yeah.
You don't know about Green? If a movie comes out that's even like in the vicinity of Missouri, everyone in Kansas City is like, did you know? They
I
lose
always
their
hear about like what's
lose their
filming here in
minds.
Richmond because
Yeah,
there's always stuff filming here.
yeah,
You know what they're filming, have been filming in Kansas City?
yeah. Everybody won't shut up about it.
What?
Ted Lasso.
Yeah,
Ah, nice.
yeah. He's gonna do his like country bumpkin accent, and pretend he's from Kansas City. Yeah. It's
We
So,
get you up a little
the
but
bit.
worst. What?
isn't he from like
He
Missouri or
lived here. He lived
Kansas?
here for like 2 years. And he tells people he's from. I have a belief that Jason Sudeikis is because I remember hearing him on Mark Maron's podcast, WTF. Rest in peace. That's a very sad podcast to go. And Mark Maron's like, "Aren't you from Kansas City?" And he's like, "Well, I just lived there for 2 years." And I was like, "Oh, this guy's playing it. He's playing every angle he can." Yeah,
I love Ted Lasso.
yeah, he's very lovable. Uh, my favorite movie about uh, Kansas City is it's what's his name? Really intense character. Grew up in children's movies or shows. I'm trying to remember. It's an adult actor. He was in Transformers. Why can't I
Shia
think of his
LaBeouf.
name? What? Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, he did a movie called Honey, and a lot
I've
of it.
heard of it. I've never seen it.
It's so good.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's no Ted Lasso though. All right, everybody, start posting your work. It's please post it with hashtag Drawing Hive 263, hashtag Drawing Hive and Visual Arts Passage. We're gonna check it out on Instagram. I'm going to tag it. I'm gonna check it out. But if Instagram fails, we're gonna go to Discord. And if you can't get there in time or you don't know how to use Discord, I'm very sorry. Tonight's kind of a weird night. I know we got a lot of new people, but if you can join our Discord, which I just dropped the link there, and just be ready for the pivot. It's gonna be fun if we have to do that anyway. Um,
Hmm.
but
Keeps us on our toes.
yeah, we're doing a last minute pivot, people. So you got 3 minutes. Don't wait. Pencils down. Start posting. All right. Did you guys ever go through like a goth phase or a punk phase or anything like that?
I had a mullet. That's the closest I came to ever acting out.
You had a
That does not
mullet?
surprise me.
Yeah. And John met me.
A mullet. What year was your mullet?
Uh, 95 to 90. Let me see, 94 to 96, maybe 93 to 96.
Someone said phase like it was insulting. I meant like a chapter. Like,
I
yeah,
I think
I
the
don't.
closest I got was grunge.
Yeah, grunge. You did kind of grunge.
Yeah.
I
definitely grunge, but none of us really called it that at the time. We just thought,
No, no, no. Looking back, I can call it grunge, but
yeah, but at the time we were just slobs borrowing our dad's flannel shirts.
it's wrapping around your waist.
Yeah.
it's pretty
It
cool.
was, it was very economic. It was not fat. It was the opposite of fashion.
Well,
Like,
you know what's cool is that it was like I think that was like the last bastion of what was cool not actually being embraced commercially in fashion.
Right.
Like it took some time. I'm not saying that it didn't eventually make it way to like commercialization, but there was like a long period of time where it's like if you wanted flannel, like you had to borrow your dad's clothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, and
mhm.
And
I,
then
I, I have a relative who was a former fashion editor, and she said that one thing
yeah,
that happened was that there was an attempt to like kind of sell it out into fashion, and Anna Wintour was like, "No,
yeah.
we're not doing
What
that."
well like I would say this. So like my thing, like when I was, you know, I would say so I was like in seventh grade in 2001. So like that kind of like whatever you call it, like alternative, like not it wasn't punk, like Jinkos and stuff. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
goth,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
not
yeah.
goth, but not. We're kind of the last chapter of like identifiable decades. You know,
Mm-hmm.
where it was like
Yeah.
really where what I mean. Like I'm not saying that we didn't like recycle things, we did, but like where it's like really identifiable. Like you see Jinkos and you immediately think like 2000, like 2000, like maybe
But
98.
like, is that, I feel like it's always identifiable in hindsight, often, not in the midst of it being like, oh, this is going to be the identifiable thing of us. I think we're going to have to be, a decade or so away from this time, and then we'll be like, oh my gosh, yes, everybody was
Yeah.
doing this.
Yeah, totally. I mean, one thing I will say is like what I thought was interesting about like what you guys were saying is like so like Jinkos, right? Like that was like fully commercial. Like you couldn't just like wear baggy pants. It was like you had to buy pants that had been made by a designer to
Hmm.
like to be that aesthetic. Whereas
Right.
like what you guys are talking about was like self
Yeah, no, because what you're
found.
describing is like what the 80s were like, which is why the 90s weren't like that.
Yeah.
Which then turned back into things being fashionable and intentional again. But like,
Yeah.
people wearing Cavariccis in the 80s knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Being kind of quiet on this segment, but it was
Because
kind,
you were Jankos.
no, but in my world, the grunge thing was really like going to the army surplus store. You know,
Oh,
that
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm.
that was a big deal, because I was a 70s kid.
Yeah. It's right after Vietnam too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, during and right
Well, I
after.
meant like, isn't that when the like that jacket became? I
Yeah,
meant like the fatigue. Like, didn't the fatigues kind of? I don't know. I
it
guess
became
maybe I'm
very
wrong.
popular towards the end of the war,
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
like taxi driver-ish.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Cassandra, I guess to what you're saying, it's like I guess it doesn't feel as pronounced.
Because I
Like,
feel like
because
I mean, I can see things happening now that we like will be parodied and mocked of our decade later.
yeah, I mean, like, I guess what I'm saying is like I can't point to like another generation like during the era of photographs that involved like pants that were like hysterically baggy, right? Like in the way in which Jinkos were.
Hmm.
Um, and then like I guess like I could go back to like 2010 to 2013, 2014, and I would say that the like because you go between like baggy pants and skinny jeans and all that stuff like pretty frequently, but like I would guess that the thing from that era would be like the V-neck T-shirt, like American Apparel,
Mm.
like those were like big corners of like the 2010s, you know? Um,
Like I feel like you
yeah,
know, COVID really affected fashion in that like women switched
yeah,
to a lot more comfortable clothes, and that
mm,
dramatically affected fashion into having, dress pants that were way more comfortable, and high
yep,
heels didn't sell as
yeah,
much. So I feel like, there's things I can see that did
yeah.
affect a fashion that is a worldwide event too.
So I totally agree that fashion is changing. Like that's
No,
not,
but I mean that makes
yeah,
it recognizable that for
yeah,
the 2020s. And
yeah. I could see that.
I should also clarify that I didn't know what was going on in fashion during periods of time that I was of an age that should have known what was going on in fashion.
Yeah,
Um, and now that I'm 50, everything just looks like the same. I don't know if it looks the same,
yeah.
right? I can't tell that 10 years go by and other people are like going like, I can't believe they wore that last year.
I mean, it makes sense that it's becoming less identifiable because there were three TV channels. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like there was like
hmm
water cooler conversations, and everything is so segmented now. It wouldn't make sense that it all be like so mainlined, right? Like
right.
like so it's not really like a critique
No, no, no. I was
of
just more
yeah.
speaking to, I can see though that there are trends that will be remarked upon later that right now I don't feel like feels as identifiable.
Okay, people, we're going to do something really technical. I wanted to give everybody some extra time. I am going to share all the art on Instagram. If your art is not shared on Instagram and you're in our Discord server, I'm going to jump to Discord and then we're going to look at the art in Discord, okay? Please do not double post though. Don't post in both places, okay? So if you've already posted to Instagram, if you see it, then let's do it. If not, we're hopping to Discord and we're going to do that, okay? If you already double posted, that's totally fine. Don't worry about it, all right? We're doing it. We're doing it live. It's going to happen. Um, please say a little prayer that it works. All right, let's check it out.
Ooh,
Oh,
that looks awesome,
nice.
Peter.
Oh,
How'd you get your
I
chocolate
skip
pudding?
that guy.
Yes.
This is good
Yeah.
stuff. Awesome.
Love the Bosch. I'm
It's
here
getting
for
bigger. It's getting bigger.
it. Ooh, that's
Nice.
great.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Really nice, Robert.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Amazing.
Beautiful,
Oh,
Randy.
wow, Randy.
Oh,
Marcy, that's
Marcy, that's
killer.
amazing. That's
Oh, wow,
so
Chuck.
good, Chuck.
Wow, nice, Chuck.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
Man, those are good.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Fish
Really
hook.
nice. Great line work.
That's great.
Oh,
Nice, Jason.
wow.
Love it.
Jason, that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
That's fun.
Wow, Xander.
Oh, that's so great, Xander.
Yes.
Oh, fun.
Yes,
Great.
Gary.
Killer, man.
Wow.
Gary, that's brilliant.
Oh,
So
perfect.
good. Wow, that's
stuff.
good.
Wow.
That
Nice,
side-eye look
George.
there.
That's great.
That's so good.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Ooh,
Yes, you
beautiful.
guys are on it, man.
Yeah.
Everybody's on it.
Ooh, that's so
Wow.
nice. I always love your use of color.
Oof.
Oh,
Wow.
Good stuff.
Nice,
That's
Xander.
fun.
that's so great.
Yeah.
Oh, I
That's
love that hair.
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Mhm.
That forehead is awesome. I love it.
Yes.
I love the little hand tucked in the pocket.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Awesome.
Mm.
Fantastic, Tyler.
Yeah.
Really good.
Mm-hmm.
Great stuff.
I love
Happy
it.
birthday, Joe Strummer. Yeah. Nice. You know who it
Really
is.
great, Nicole.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Wow.
Really delicately done.
I love that one. That's awesome.
Nice,
Julian.
Julian.
That fish hook.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
Every
Nice.
time I love it. Great job, Jeff.
Gladiators and
Great,
punk,
Jen.
right?
Jen. Yeah. It's great, Jen.
Nice.
Nice.
Love the
Love it.
post-it note.
I don't know how you have the time to come up with a scene every time. It's great.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Really good.
Nice.
Welcome to the hive.
Ooh.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
Great
Calling you
job.
punk.
Nice, Danny.
Danny, that's
I
awesome.
love it. I love Mars
Beautiful.
attacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
nice,
that's
Gary.
beautiful.
Very awesome. Nice sideburn.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
Wonderful.
Merciless.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
Nice, Jen.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice, Jeff.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, yeah.
That was such a hard perspective on the face, too.
Mhm.
Nice.
Nice, Nicole.
Whoa.
Lovely.
Wow.
So good.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Oh, nice. It's not enough yet.
Nice, Virgie.
It's like
Great
worse.
job, Virgie.
I love this character here. That's awesome. That's amazing. Yeah.
Ooh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice, Jeff.
Oh, nice, Bella.
Really
Oh,
nice,
wow, Ella.
Bella.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Bluey.
Yes, Bluey's back. Great
It's
job,
not
Ephraim.
it's not Drawing Hive without Bluey. And you know what? What a night, because Bluey ended that. All right. So if your artwork was not shared, I'm going to our Discord server. If it was not shared, please post it to Discord. I'm trying to think of how the best to do this, but let's just do starting now. Start posting it now. I can see a lot of you started posting before I told you.
Well, no, everybody posts during the episode and Discord.
Yeah.
So they're
Okay.
just doing what they normally do.
No, I'm looking at the timestamps, Cassandra. All right. It looks like everybody. I don't know. I can't tell. This is some great stuff, though, people.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Awesome stuff.
Yes,
This is my
Natasha.
favorite. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
My new favorite person. My new favorite addition to the Drawing Hive community.
Yes.
So
amazing.
great. I love it.
Some really good stuff in here. Some
Ooh.
duplicates.
Yeah.
Some great stuff. Marcy, love it. All right, everybody. That was an awesome night. Thank you so much, Cassandra, John, Adam. Amazing. people, please don't forget, we are enrolling for the fall semester. Classes start October 4th. If you're interested, if you want to sell your art at galleries, or you want to thrive in the editorial, publishing, comic books, whatever, go check it out. It's $200 off. All you got to do is go to the website. The sale's already on. You don't got to do anything. We are going to be back next week. And sorry, I got distracted because a bunch of new art showed up. We're back next week. We're going to come up with a new theme. I am off. I'm not going to be here, which means
Oh.
it's going to be a free for all. I think Ray Bonilla is coming back to cover for me, which means nothing. It means no one's going to be in charge. So, everybody, if your art wasn't seen tonight, I am sorry. Just tune in next week. I will come up with a different plan. But we try to pivot as best we can. So what a fun night. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.
Good night,
Thank
everyone.
you.